Some people still struggle with that. Okay, so a midpoint of a segment is a point that divides the segment into two equal segments. So if you look at the diagram here, B is the midpoint of AC. So if B is the midpoint, that means AB is the same length as BC. The statement here. Think about it. Midpoint, middle. Okay, so to find the midpoint, AB extends from -15 and 4 on a number line. What is the coordinate of the midpoint? So I want you to draw a number line. Where's my ruler? I want to make mine look good. Just draw a line. Okay, here's 4. Here's -15. 3. We don't need to draw out the middle, but I'm just going to put 0 being there. So any ideas of how to find the middle of that? What? Add them together, divide by 2. You want to find the distance between them and divide by 2. Four plus -15 divide by 2. 4 plus -15 is -11 divided by 2. -11 divided by 2 is -5.5. So the midpoint is -5.5. So let's think about this in a simpler term. I hope this fits on the screen. So if I have a ruler, I want to know the middle of the ruler, what its location is. This is 0. This is 12, right? 0 plus 12 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. It gives me the location of the middle. So if you add the start, add the finish, and divide it by 2, it gives you the middle. And it's a really simple idea that probably might seem kind of confusing. Like, how can that possibly work? But it does. Okay. So this is where we came up with the midpoint formula. If you take your two x values, add them together and divide it by 2, that gives you the middle of the x coordinate. Take your two y values, add them together and divide by 2, that gives you the y coordinate. So let's try this one here. We'll call 8x1 y1, or 9y1, -6x2, -3 y2. So I'm going to use my midpoint formula. Add my two x values together, 8 and -6. Divide it by 2. I shouldn't have put that there. Comma. Add my two y's together, 9 and -3. Divide by 2. My x coordinates, my y coordinates. 8 minus 6 is 2 over 2. 9 minus 3, 6 over 2. Okay, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the middle of these 2 points is 1, 3. Okay, before we turn the page over, I want to try this one up here. Draw a line from R to T. Okay, I want to find the middle of this line. I'm going to use my midpoint formula that I just did below. My x value here is -4. Y value is -1. X value here is 5. Y value is 2. I need to find the midpoint. I add my x values together. 5 plus -4 divided by 2. Add my y values together. 2 plus -1 divided by 2. You get 1 over 2. 1 over 2. The location of the middle is 1/2, 1/2. Which is roughly about right there. Next page. So MN has endpoints. Find the coordinate of the midpoint. So again, it's x1 plus x2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Why do you think the answer, why does the formula look like this? What? It's a coordinate. The middle is going to be a coordinate, which is why the formula looks like it's a coordinate. So I add my x's together. 5 plus -3 over 2. Add my y's together. 8 plus 4 over 2. 5 plus -3 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So 1, 6 is the midpoint. Okay, example 5. The midpoint of DG is M. One endpoint is 1, 4. Find the coordinate of the other endpoint. So now I'm given the midpoint. Okay, to help us with this, let's graph it. Just a rough graph. Doesn't need to be all that pretty. So the midpoint is -1, 5. It's about right there. D, this is M. Thank you. D is at 1, 4. So about right there. Find the other endpoint. This is the middle. This is one endpoint. Where's the other one roughly going to be from this location? Is it over here? Here. Here. Up there. Yeah. So it's going to be somewhere in this general area. So this distance between D and M is half, isn't it? So if I find the distance, my x distance from M to D, what can I do to find over here? Multiply it by 2. Find this distance, multiply it by 2 to get the other half. So D, my x coordinate, minus -1. x2 minus x1. I'm trying to find from D to M. x2 minus x1, so 1 minus -1, which is 2. Okay, now let's find the distance dm, my y values. y2 minus y1. 4 minus 5. always want my answer to come out positive. My distance is 1. So from D to M, my x has a change of 2. From D to M, my y has a change of 1. Notice how it makes a triangle? It's like a slope. I have to continue that same slope. Over 2, up 1. I want to find this coordinate. So coordinate M is at -1 and I'm losing it, 5. How much is my y value going to change? How much did this change? 1. How much did my x value change? 2. But which direction did it go? Went left. It went negative. So I subtract 2. So my new point, G, -1 minus 2, -3, 5 plus 1, 6. What? That's fine. Okay, so distance formula we'll learn about tomorrow. How do I turn this on?